Hello, this is Andreas, business coach. In this week's episode, we're going to talk about the preliminaries that we mentioned last week. We will also tapping into the investigating stage of the sales call. I've also got with me today my assistant Laura. She will be helping us a little bit with the questions and hopefully we will get some answers to some of this. So what are the questions you're having, Laura?
Okay, so for the initial stage, I was just wondering what kind of questions do you normally ask? What works best for you?
Okay, are we talking about the preliminary stage when
Yeah.
we first meet each other, yeah?
Mm.
Okay, right. Put it that way. The first stage is very crucial because you want to build rapport. You want to make sure that you get onto the same level as your prospect and you want to build trust. Okay, and how do you do that? Well, I would recommend you look around the room, okay, and find some clues about what type of personality that person is. So for example, if you look on his desk and he's got a golf ball on a stand, he's obviously a golfer. If you look around and he's got photos with his family, you know, lots of kids and stuff, he's a family person or she. You want to look around the office to find clues of what type of person you're talking to. Okay, and there will be plenty of clues around the office. Just open your eyes and you can also then ask questions. So if you see something on the desk which looks like a car, then you say, oh, are you into cars? Do you like fast cars or do you like, you know, open cars or whatever, you know? So the person will then be giving you an answer, and then on this level you can then start to connect because you can say, oh, I've got a fast car as well.
Yeah.
So what kind of car have you got? And so you have a common kind of denominator which you can talk about.
Yeah.
Okay, it could be anything, holidays, family, sports, anything that you pick up. Just look for clues that you can find around the office and on that person's desk.
Okay.
Okay? So once we got the preliminaries, and like I said, it's crucial to build the trust. At that first stage, you want to be a person that person can talk to. Okay? You don't want anybody to shut down and not give you the answers that you want. So you need to open that person up. Okay?
Okay. Okay,
Right.
so when you're talking about the investigating stage,
Yes.
what type of questions would you ask? Like, do you have the different categories of questions?
Yeah, this is we looking. I mean, the spin starts already at the preliminary stage, really, when you start asking situation questions about that person's private life, maybe. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You can also then use the same questions for the investigating phase. Obviously, the spin lends itself because we're starting with the situation questions. So you would be asking questions that deal with the situation of that company or that particular person's job. Okay, what is involved? But really, you want to get as much detail about the company as you can. So, for example, you say, how big is your company? How much turnover have you got? How many employees are working for you? And so you get a good insight of all the details that are important for you then to move to the next phase, which would be naturally the P.
Yeah.
Why don't we turn that around and I ask you some questions and you tell me if it's a situation question or if it's not a situation question in your view, okay? So if you were the person I want to sell to and I ask you, for example, how long has your business been in business? How long have you been up and running?
Okay, that would be a situation question.
That would be okay. How about if I say, are you happy with your current suppliers? Is that a situation question or not?
No.
No, and why not?
Because that could cause a problem. Because if you're not happy, then it leads to something else.
Okay, so is then one step ahead of us. Is that
Yeah.
the next phase, the problems in spin? That's right. Yeah. So that would be more like a problem investigative.
Yeah,
Okay. You can intersperse a few of those questions, of course.
Okay.
But the main focus of the beginning is to get as much detail as possible. So from these details, you then build your problem questions and the application questions. So let's just concentrate on the situation questions.
Okay.
Okay, I'll give you another one. How about, when was the last time your financial turnover reached XYZ?
Okay, could that be a problem question?
Okay, yeah, that's already a problem question again. So
Yeah.
we need to look more into situation questions.
Yeah.
So a question would be, for example, how many events have you got out there delivering goods?
Yeah.
You know, how many employees has your company got? So these are all situation questions.
Yeah.
So like I said, in the preliminary and in the investigating phase, find out as much detail as you can about the company so you get a good round picture of everything that is important for you to know to move it into the next phase of the investigating phase, which will then come to the problems and the implications. Yeah.
Okay.
And that's it for this week. Thank you very much and enjoy, and I'll see you again next week.